Okay, welcome back to New Wave. This wave is gonna be about what if Deku had the powers of the. Wait, what is it again? Fuck, I'm gonna. Okay, first I'm gonna give him the things back. You reckon second? Okay, his name is Kai. So what if Deku had the powers of Kai? When Deku was born, he was different from others. He looked a lot like an animal, but spoke like a human. Yeah, something to make him look like him. And when Izuku was only 4 years old, he was starting to develop his own quirk. People thought it would just be an animal type quirk or mutation, but in actuality, he could, with his second quirk, as I even called it, he could take the chi of anyone. When he went to this quirk doctor, he told him that. He told Inko and Izuku about that. They were both confused about what chi is. Chi. He explained what that is, and he said it's something that some people believe is within us, a life energy. And it looks here that your son can take it from others, giving it to himself, making him stronger, faster, way more powerful, and all kinds of. It wouldn't matter what it is, he would be able to control it. After taking its chi, he would be able to control it and summon it as a little green statue or whatever. The hero will come out looking the same, but it will be made out of. It will look like a green stone, a statue of sorts, and its movements will be more stiff before. And unless the command to do anything, it will be a stiff statue. And Izuku would be amazed because he could be a hero. And Inko would be happy as well. But Izuku could also think about he would also ask the doctor if would they still know what's happening. The doctor would say, I don't know, maybe not. Halfway the conscience, it's unknown. Try it on an animal to see what the limitations are. And one more thing I almost forgot to tell you is that you could also make two blades out of your body if you get enough chi. All you need is only one person to do this, and that's it. I'm pretty sure, anyways. There will be two blades. The Kai blades is what I'll name them. And you'll be able to wrap your nose cutting through anything and do more with it if you train with it. Izuku would be happy, and he would begin to train with his quirk. And Izuku would extensively train and he would also try to find a way how to do what the doctor said, taking chi. He would go look up some videos on YouTube or whatever they have in the universe, and he would look at a video about them doing hand signals, but someone giving chi. And then he asked himself, what would happen if we do it in reverse? And he put it into the search bar, and they was all the video about it, but nothing happened. Zuko would say, maybe it's because of the person's quirk. Then he would go out. Then he would ask his mom, can they go to the park? They would, and there would be and on the floor would be a sleeping snake. Inko would be worried about what his son was going to do. But then Izuku would whisper in her ears that he was going to take the snake's chi, was something he saw on whatever they have on instead of YouTube. He did the hand signals. He did the hand signals backwards, and it worked. The snake was even starting to work out, but he couldn't do anything. And then it turned into a little statue, a little necklace on his neck, a little charm. He put it on his waist, and when he took it into his hands, it automatically became The automatic was more flexible, more faster, and it had more faster reaction times because of the snake. Izuku would then charge some of the swords, but when he did, they were just small. They were the size of box cutters, but they would still be able to do some amount of damage. Izuku would then tell his mom, and she would be frightened and angst. Okay, how about releasing the thing now? How about releasing the snake and see how it looks like? If the doctor's actually telling the truth. Izuku would then do it, and it would look exactly how they said. The doctor said. It would look like a statue. Its movement would be stiff until someone would tell it what to do. Izuku would then tell the statue to slither around Izuku's arm. He would do so. Izuku would be surprised of how the snake would actually move fluently. It would only be a little bit jagged in its movements, but still. Then Bakugo saw it, and Bakugo said, "Hey, what the heck is that thing?" And Mitsuki, Bakugo's mom, would be worried and would slap away the snake. And before the snake would do anything, Izuku would tell the snake not to attack, and the snake wouldn't, but it would be knocked down to the floor. Mitsuki would be confused why it looks like that and why Inko would even let that happen. She would ask her, and Inko would say, "Well, it's part of his quirk. He can take something called chi from people, and he can do it to anything. He can do it to any animal or any person, I think. But can you turn him back?" Izuku would then think, I don't know. Then Izuku and Inko would be worried about it, and they would be saying, "Can we turn back, or is it just stuck like this?" Izuku not knowing if he could or not, he would now go oath to never do it to a single person, and to only do it to the worst of the worst villains that deserve it. And Izuku would then explain of how his quirk works to Bakugo. Bakugo would say, "So you rely on others?" "I'm weak." But Mitsuki was there and said, "Hey, don't say that about Izuku," and smacked him on top of the head. Bakugo would yell at his mom saying, "Come on, Mom. His quirk is basically just relying on others." Mitsuki would tell him to stop doing that, and it's just a quirk. It doesn't matter how it is, it just matters how it's used. Izuku would then get happy because someone won't berate him of his quirk and won't think it's something anything scary. He already interacted with a couple of his old friends, but they got scared of him and said that this quirk was either him relying on others or it was the villainous quirk. He didn't want anyone to see him as a villain, so he would continue to train, but in a forest. Well, 10-year time skip. Izuku, we are in a present anime, day. Izuku is walking down the street with two massive horns on his head. Actually, technically four, because the one's at the bottom. But, Izuku would also find out another ability during his training. He would also be able to make others disappear with a certain move of his finger. Yeah, I'm giving him the wishy finger. What's up? And Izuku would have only done it to a bear that was about to attack him. Izuku would then practice on other things until he would finally be able to do it correctly and efficiently. And when Izuku would then see the villain and everything else, then we go to the class. Alright, everybody. Here's some applications that you might want to see. Why this? Come on, teacher. Oh man, I hate this already. But then the teacher smirked and threw the papers in the air, saying, I'm just kidding. I know you all want to go to the hero track. And everyone there used their quirks, except for two people, being Bakugo and Izuku. Bakugo couldn't bully Izuku, but if he tried to, Izuku would summon one of his animals. He has gotten 12 animals. A snake, a, a what's it called again? And also a bear, a and a cup and a falcon, and also like I see 10 animals. I think I did, and there was also a praying mantis, and another thing he would have is a tiger. And plus to where he was training was one of the most wild places. Basically, there was almost every animal you could find. And he also had a what's called again? A rat. But the rat would only be used in stealth missions, only be used to collect data for him and to see what's happening. And that's how you would be able to avoid Bakugo's bullying, because you would send that one out to see if they were there or not. And Zuko also learned that he could see through their eyes. But he could also feel what they feel. So if they got hit, he would feel like he got hit. It was also, doing that, it was a two-sided blade. If they got severely hurt, he would get severely hurt. And Izuku would also have another snake, but much bigger. Okay, recap. I got snake, a mantis, rat, bear, a falcon, and a bigger snake, and we also got a crocodile. Yes, like I said, that force is nuts. People there some people there were actually using their quirks. The quirks would allow them to make any animal, but they would have to know what it is. And also a mountain lion, and a wolf, and also the last thing would be a turtle. Yes, you heard me right, a turtle. You would use the turtle as a projectile because of its hard shell, and its shell's been hardened more. Izuku would summon his bigger snake, and it would be big enough to strangle Bakugo. Bakugo learned this a while ago. But one time he tried to bully Izuku, but the snake was taken out and tied him up, and he was reported to the principal. Izuku said that he used quirk in self-defense, and since he had a quirk, would actually bring them, use. They believed him. When Bakugo said he was lying, they said, "Okay, how about this? We won't get either of you in trouble, but learn from this. If this happens again, you will not get off scot-free." Bakugo would not mess with that thing, because he knows he can't hurt it, not as well as Izuku, because any explosion try to do wouldn't do too much. But he never knew that they would they got hurt. Izuku would get hurt, because when he tried to attack it, the snake automatically moved out of the way and wrapped itself around Bakugo, restraining him. Izuku told him, "Come on, Bakugo. You stopped calling him Kachan a while ago." And Bakugo and the snake would have glowing eyes with Izuku as well. Bakugo would say, "Why should I? You're just a useless nerd." Izuku would then tell him that, "Well, I could report you to the principal, and like they said, this would be the only time they would allow us to have it scot-free. The next time would not. So what do you want to be? So would you rather have a suspension notice on your hero notice to ruin your future? Or would you rather just forget about this? Bakugo would know that Izuku would do it. He did it to a couple of other people who were he did it to his cronies who was going to try to go to the hero track, but since because of the pencil being suspended for about a week, they knew that they wouldn't go into UA or any other hero school with that kind of track. And also, he would also tell the principal about everything else. So yeah, about not Bakugo, because he knew Bakugo. Somewhere deep down in Izuku, he knew that Bakugo could become a great hero if he just stopped being so arrogant. But that wouldn't happen for a while. Izuku would then. Plus all that happened, after class. Everything else about the speech, stuff like that, yeah, all that happened as well. Izuku would then go under the bridge, but Izuku would have one of his things off, or rats, like I said, and Rat would see nothing. So Izuku would go there and get the rat. Izuku would not notice that the sledge was behind him until he turned around. And as soon as the sledge tried to take over Izuku would do the hand motion to take its chi. He didn't even do it on purpose. It was just on reflex. And when he did, the sledge stopped and turned into another amulet. Izuku get freaked out and say, "What? I don't know how to turn back. How do I turn back?" Izuku would then get out of there as fast as he could, taking the amulet, because he knew if someone saw it, they would most likely not know what it is and actually just destroy it or get rid of it somewhere. He didn't want the sledge train to get, sent out in the sea or anything like that. Izuku would then. Izuku never met all mates, so he's not gonna get one for all. Izuku would then go on 10 months training. He would go to a beach and destroy rubble. Destroy garbage, and he would use Kai blades to destroy a couple of things. And since he got the sledge runner, they became as big as they were in the photo. They're only half as big before. Actually, they were, 2/3 of its size and length. But thanks to the sledge runner, it went to its full extent. Izuku would keep up the training until he met someone on the beach. He would meet someone that's from his class, and this would be Mina Ashido and what's the name again? Yeah, the one who has a hardening quirk. Oh yeah, Kirishima. He met them using their quirks on some garbage on the other side, and when they saw him, they freaked out for a little, thinking that he was a hero. And they were apologizing to Zuko, tell them that he's not a hero, well, not yet anyways. Then they would talk and start to get along. Izuku would be surprised of people actually being nice to him, not calling them someone who better than others or saying that he has a villainous quirk. Izuku would be happy with his new friends. And especially since someone can handle a couple of slashes from his Kai blades. Since Kirishima wants to get his hardening stronger, he would ask Zuko to do it. And that would be the 10 months of training for those three. They would help each other out and be friends until UA. When they get in, Izuku helps Mina study for this, because since he spent so much time with her, he also knew that she wasn't the smartest. So yeah, he helped her out in studying. So Kirishima, because he's not the best of the best, but he's in the middle, and he's still going to make sure his friends will get in with him. Well, that's everything for now. I'll catch you next time. See ya.